It's October 17th, JLD here, and welcome to MSTR Today and the Treasury Titans. And guess what? Michael Saylor says we are barnstorming. So get ready for this because he hasn't lost focus. I haven't lost focus, but here we are. The market absolutely sucks. It is what it is. Do you have a short term mindset? Do you have a medium term mindset? Or do you have a long term mindset? It's going to be very dependent on your mood today, on which one of those mindsets that you have. I have a long term mindset. So I'm honestly, and I mean honestly, looking at every one of these days as buying opportunities, period, end of story. I can remember this year, by the way, buying at $230 and just being like, man, this feels like a great buy. And if it gets back down to there, I'll be buying at $230. And if it gets to $450, or I should say, when it gets to $450, I'll be buying at $450. So as we go into the weekends, that's where the mindset has to start. Bitcoin Archive says Bitcoin liquidity is rising again. Value flowing back to Bitcoin has historically preceded major price rallies. And as you can see here, that blue line looks like it's going up with the big BTC liquidity index. And hey, the chart is what the chart is, and may not feel that way, but the Bitcoin liquidity index is up and to the right. Next post from Jeff Walton. The Bitcoin drawdown is within 1.5 standard deviations of typical bull market drawdowns. All-time high was 11 days ago. Business as usual. I know that I'll be enjoying my weekends. I truly hope that everybody listening to this is going to enjoy their weekends because at the end of the day, what are we doing? We're hopefully enjoying the day, the week, the month. And it's in the years that these returns compound upon themselves. Not the days, not the weeks, and not even the months, but the years. People that actually zoom out. Like I was listening to a show today, I think it was a British Hodl, and he said something along the lines of during an average bull market in the past for Bitcoin, there are 30% drawdowns. Do you think that wasn't painful for past hodlers through bull markets? Of course it was. Just like this is painful right now. Nobody's pretending like this isn't painful, that this isn't exactly what it feels like to get shaken out. But I'm not getting shaken out. And odds are, if you're listening to this, you're not getting shaken out either. And the Bitcoin therapist says, holy crap, holy, this reversal will be biblical. And just like the market makers, by the way, hunted out these leveraged longs, you don't think they're going to hunt out these leveraged shorts? Of course they are. Those individuals are going to get liquidated. It is just the world we live in. And the Bitcoin therapist goes on to say, is 444,000 per Bitcoin really that hard to believe? The answer for me is no. Is 4x really that hard to believe? Considering it feels like just yesterday, the Bitcoin was at 16,000 and now it's at 106,000. A 4x doesn't feel that crazy to me. I'm sorry. It really doesn't. Rohan says, conviction is what's left after the dopamine burns off. And we are in extreme fear right now. I actually love when we're in extreme fear because to me, this is when the buying opportunities happen. And there's only one way to go. And that's back towards green. End of story. Let's go to the Bitcoin therapist who says, if you held through this, you are a legend. I want to be honest with you. I held through this. I didn't feel like a legend. I felt a lot of pain. I held through this. I felt a lot of pain, but I also am holding through this. And I'm actually honestly not feeling pain right now. I remember going from 108 to what did this bottom out at? I think it was like 74 or something, maybe even like 70. It wicked down to somewhere around there. That kind of felt painful. Like it felt like 108,000 was so far away. And this isn't even that long ago. This is this year. And what about this right here? What about that? Does 124,000 feel that far away? No, it feels like that could be days away. This felt months away. And it didn't actually take months. You can see we had a pretty aggressive rise. This feels days away. It really feels like it could get back there so quickly. That's just me. That's a personal thought and opinion. Because nothing in this video is financial advice. Nothing. This is just opinions by yours truly. And Michael Saylor wants to say, volatility is a gift to the faithful. He posted that today. He believes it. I believe it. I guess the Bitcoin therapist believes it. Dylan LeClaire, these people at MetaPlanet, I am as bullish as ever on MetaPlanet. I know you may not be. That's okay. I believe that they are a screaming deal right now. I believe they are going to become the most valuable company in Japan. I believe that they are following Saylor's playbook and they're going to take over the preferred credit market in Japan, just like Saylor is doing in the United States. And I feel like they're going to absolutely dominate. That's my opinion. I am loaded up on MetaPlanet. Now, not nearly to the level that I'm loaded up to on MSTR, but percentage wise, with how big of a company they are, I am really loaded up on MetaPlanet. Dylan says leverage capacity enables future optionality. Bitcoin yields is Bitcoin divided by share, can be increased through varied expressions of non-dilutive leverage with proceeds allocated towards either up numerator, down denominator. And if you really study this MetaPlanet balance sheet, it's absolutely insane. The percentage of Bitcoin drawdown needed for liabilities to be greater than assets is 99.24%. And Bitcoin Archive did a little joke, and I had to chuckle. He wrote, "If Bitcoin falls to $808, you're screwed." And I think we're all probably in a little bit of trouble if Bitcoin falls to $808. Although I can tell you, I'll be trying to buy Bitcoin at that price points. But yeah, exactly. Anyways, that is all I have to say as we head into the weekend. I hope you enjoy the weekend. I'm looking to be getting out a couple of videos over the weekend as well. One on Saturday, one on Sunday. We'll see what happens, but I really have enjoyed being back with you. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your likes. For all you jokers in the comment section that try to call MSTR a Ponzi, I'm taking screenshots of every single one of these because it's going to be such a fun video to just show the hundreds of ridiculous comments when MSTR is trading in the thousands. It's inevitable. Now, let's get on to some Michael Saylor video clips and then our sponsor. Okay, check this out. Senator Cynthia Lummis recently announced that funding for a U.S. strategic Bitcoin reserve can start anytime. This is a massive leap forward for a strategic crypto stockpile, and no surprise, was soon followed by new all-time highs for Bitcoin. If you're looking to buy more Bitcoin, BitIRA can help. In fact, BitIRA will help you convert an existing IRA or 401k into Bitcoin. This also allows you to buy Bitcoin using pre-tax funds. Then continue to invest in it over time as you do any other retirement account. And if you want, you can even add XRP, Ethereum, or other cryptos. BitIRA protects your assets with end-to-end insurance, highly secure storage, multi-encryption, and registered with the US government. Your IRA is fully IRS compliant. Best of all, you can trade crypto within your retirement account without incurring taxes on any buys or sells. Just go to bitira.com/JLD and request a free info guide. Once you do that and open your IRA, you'll get a free ledger. Think about this. In March, President Trump signed an executive order for the Treasury to manage 200,000 Bitcoin as the foundation for a reserve. That's just the foundation. Go to bitira.com/JLD to open a tax-sheltered IRA in Bitcoin.
If you're a dentist and you make $200,000 a year in cash flow, you can buy 200,000 of Bitcoin every year for 20 years. And that's not a bad idea. You'll be the richest dentist on your block. But you can incorporate the dental practice, get it valued at 5 times cash flow, get $1 million value, sell 33% of it for $500,000. Take the $500,000, invest in Bitcoin today, wait a year, raise another $500,000 at a double market cap, 2, 3, 4 times NAV, invest that, wait another year, raise $3 million, invest that. You'll be the first billionaire dentist on your block. And what did you do differently? You partnered with someone else and you cut them in. right? That's what Strategy's done. That's what MetaPoint has done. That's what Saylor is doing. You can do it.
Bitcoin represents the greatest digital transformation of the 21st century. It represents digital capital. The global wealth is distributed across assets that provide utility and others that preserve capital. But risk is destroying trillions of dollars of that capital every single year. And investors are turning to digital capital in the form of Bitcoin in order to avoid that risk. Digital capital is economically and technically superior to physical capital, and it represents a revolutionary advance in capital preservation. The asset class itself is growing from trillions to hundreds of trillions of dollars, and it is backed by digital power along with political and economic power. Bitcoin's the best asset you can own. The numbers speak for themselves. It makes a lot more sense to buy Bitcoin than to buy your own stock back or to hold Bitcoin rather than holding bonds. If you're going to outperform, you're going to need Bitcoin. Luckily, you have an alternative. Public support for Bitcoin is surging, as is support for the U.S. Bitcoin Strategic Reserve.
Sell them into Bitcoin. That way, we wouldn't have to use any new dollars.
As is Wall Street support.
I believe Bitcoin is legitimate.
And the President of the United States says,
never sell your Bitcoin, right?
That's why we're entering year one of the crypto renaissance. And you have a choice to make. Cling to the past or embrace the future. Divest billions of dollars and slow your growth rate. Invest billions of dollars and accelerate your growth rate. What's the second best? There is no second best.